back for another basketball edition of the Adrienne Ross Show. Now, news came out today that the Indiana Fever is making a major change at the top. The timing is rather interesting, isn't it? Let's take a look. The Indiana Fever now has a new president of basketball and business operations. It will take effect after the season is over. This was announced by the Indiana Fever on Monday. This got me thinking. I was wondering, well, man, I never quite thought about who the old president was, or the current president, I should say. I think about the general manager, right? We've talked about the GM being Lynn Dunn. We obviously know the coach is Christy Size, but I never really gave much thought. I mean, we even talk about the owner, whose name I can't rattle off, but never really thought about the president of basketball and business operations. But maybe we should have been looking at that all along. So before we talk about the new president, let's just take a look back at the president who's held this position for quite some time and will continue to do so until the season ends. So this is Allison Barber. Allison Barber. It says that Allison, this is from Sagamore Institute, just a little background information. This isn't from the Fever organization. I just threw her name in an internet search. Allison Barber, Chair, Board of Trustees at Sagamore Institute, says she's a PhD. She's the president and Chief Operating Officer, COO of the Indiana Fever, Indiana's WNBA franchise, of course. And it tells us a little bit about her, which I find interesting. I wouldn't have thought about it at all, except there's a new president coming. With a career that spans from a schoolhouse to the White House and now to the field house, Allison Barber has a successful record of building brands and maximizing impact. From grade school teacher somewhere in Indiana, Maryville, Indiana, to communications strategist in the White House and the United States Department of Defense. And as the first chancellor and chief fundraiser for Western Governors University, Indiana, Allison has dedicated herself to creating pathways to help individuals reach their potential. Then it just goes on. As president and CEO of Indiana Fever, she has set her sights on building and inspiring Fever fans in all 92 counties of Indiana. She understands the power of playing sports, a college athlete who lettered in tennis and softball. She values the positive impact sports can have on both children and adults. And again, it goes on to talk about Miss Allison Barber, whom I never thought about until now. She is being replaced by someone who was with the Indiana Fever before. So let's take a look at the new president of basketball and business operations of the Indiana Fever. ESPN reports that Kelly Krauskopf, forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, Kelly Krauskopf returns to Fever as president. And it tells us Kelly Krauskopf will return to the Indiana Fever as president of both basketball and business operations after the season is over, the team announced Monday. She led the franchise from 2000 to 2018 before she left to become the Pacers' assistant general manager. The Fever won the WNBA championship in 2012 by defeating Minnesota and reached the finals in 2009 and 2015 under her leadership. Okay, so she comes back to an organization on the rise, obviously behind star rookie Caitlin Clark. And it talks about the accolades of leading the league in attendance, averaging more than 17,000 fans at home, 15,000 on the road. Here's what she said. The WNBA and the Fever have always been a part of me, and it is truly a privilege to be asked to return to lead this team at this unprecedented time of the growth of women's basketball. It goes on to say she will replace Allison Barber, whom I just introduced to you after I introduced her to myself. Allison Barber had announced this month that she would step down as president and COO of the franchise after 6 seasons. Now, Krauskopf was hired in 1996 as the WNBA's first director of basketball operations She joined the Indiana Fever in 2000 before the franchise's first year. Kelly's entire career has been about stepping into critical roles and providing unparalleled leadership. And I am incredibly excited to have her lead the Fever through this historic moment for the franchise and the sport, said Mel Raines, Chief Executive Officer of Pacer Sports and Entertainment. She laid the foundation for the success we are enjoying and is a true trailblazer for the sport. And there is no one better equipped to lead us into this exciting new chapter. What do we keep hearing there? New chapter, exciting moment in the history of the Fever organization. Here's someone who's been there before, who's been a part of championship before. Here's my question. Why now make this announcement? The season is still going. The Fever in the playoffs, down one game to Connecticut in the best-of-3 series in round 1 of the 2024 playoffs. First time the Indiana Fever have been in the playoffs since 2015. And now you make this announcement that from the top, there are going to be major changes. How do I read this? I read this like this. I kind of feel like they're saying that they don't believe that the Indiana Fever is going to win this series. Otherwise, I think they would wait until the Indiana Fever lost. But they're coming in right now with Indiana having their backs against the wall. And they're letting you know, we see that there's a need for change. Just like you guys have been saying, you know there's a need for change. Lynn Dunn, Christy sides. Lynn Dunn has let us know that she doesn't intend to part with Christy sides. So in other words, she's not invested in this new generational talent, this exciting new chapter, the opportunities that the fans want and the fans deserve, and certainly Caitlin Clark and the rest of the players deserve. I don't know. My guess is that they're going to make some huge changes. The president is not coming in at this point, not being announced at this point, to come in so that they can go along with the status quo. She recognizes this is a critical moment. I just shared that with you. Her entire career has been about stepping into critical roles and providing unparalleled leadership, something the WNBA is seriously lacking and something the Indiana Fever is seriously lacking. They recognize, somebody says, this is a moment and we've got a generational talent and we've got a great second to Caitlin in Kelsey Mitchell, arguably the best backcourt in the WNBA. But when you look at just Caitlin Clark and what she represents, revenue as well as just talent, if you are used to stepping into critical roles and having this leadership behind you, you know that there is an opportunity here that is being squandered. So they're saying, we're just letting you guys know, no matter what happens on Wednesday, let me let you know. We see it, we know it, and we are ready to change it. And so let's make this announcement right now. So no matter what happens on Wednesday, we got it. We're moving forward. We see it. We understand it. We know there needs to be changes and we're ready to make them. We're ready to let you know right now. Now, I hope they're wrong because I think they think it's done. But I hope they're wrong and that the Fever surprise a whole lot of people and bring that third game back home. But here's a change that's been made. Someone with leadership. And I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana loses this game on Wednesday. They are on Thursday making an announcement that certain people, at least one person, meaning the coach, but maybe two, we thank you for the service. We thank you for what you've done. We've decided that it's best that we go in different directions. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. And if they continue past Wednesday, I feel it's like this. As soon as that last game is played, the next day, or shortly thereafter, we're going to hear that announcement. Maybe it'll be after hoisting a championship trophy, but I think they're letting us know. Of course, I'm being very hopeful there, but they're letting us know that they're prepared to make changes regardless of the outcome of this season. And I have a feeling they don't think they're, they don't like their chances, but timing is interesting. So stay tuned. This organization needs some serious change because you cannot waste the moment. The question is, I've asked many times, can you stand to be blessed? Now, I got to be honest and tell you, when I see things like Caitlin has endured this year with the physicality, please spare me. And what happened with DeJounte and a lot of the chatter and all the pettiness and everything, there's that part of me, honestly, I just got to be real, that wants Caitlin to just get the heck out of Dodge. Just go play somewhere overseas, and I imagine the media will follow. We'll be able to follow her and keep. But I feel like they don't want you here. They don't, and I know that it's not in her to do that. But there's a part of me that hopes she says, "I'm out of here." I can't even tell you how many people I've heard even today say, "I'm disgusted with this." And it's not everyone. That's the sad part. It's obviously not everyone in the league, but at its core, this league reeks of something that a lot of people cannot stomach. We'll see if they get it turned around. God bless you abundantly. I'll catch you next time, God willing, on your way out. If you have not done so, hit the subscribe button, please.